amazing level of play. The forwards from the U.S. stood up to the challenge. They had so many go-forward phases in that passage of play, and finally, Rogers says, I'm gonna take this one, don't worry about it. Gets the first points on the match. That's a really impressive start from the USA.
It sure was. What a passage. There's Bella Vogel, who was outstanding last week, and she strikes this with a right, and she picks up right where she left off, does the 19-year-old who attends Life University down there in Georgia, outside of Atlanta. The U.S. on top 7-0 after a massive, massive passage for them to get in, and the try by that young lady, Hope Rogers.
Well, I think if there's one phrase to describe how this match is going to go, it's 1v1 collisions. We knew that this would be key for both teams. We just saw it and how that resulted in the first try of the match. It is going to be so physical tonight. Who can stick it out for the remaining 70 minutes? That's who will win this match.
One of the U.S. centers there, that's Katana Howard.
Can get set and I'll cover.
Canada here now on the right side of the pitch. They'll have the line out coming up.
That's it, get your girls on. In and set, in and set.
Canada in the Rugby World Cup final last year after their big win in the semi over New Zealand, lost to England, the furthest Canada's ever gotten. Deep though, and a bad throw into the opposition hands. The counterpart there of Tutosi went right into the hands of Tretter, and here's the dangerous left winger, Erica Koulibaly. Koulibaly with a big pickup. And the U.S. right back in a great attacking platform. Here's Paris Redding. Mentioned how good she was last week. She was brilliant. Jack Hanratty raved about her play. Ball though turned over, nearly turned over, but the U.S. gets it back. Advantage for the Americans here.
Advantage over.
Payton now. And this one will find its way through the end goal there with 11 minutes gone in the match, Bree.
Payton thought she had the advantage there to play, but it all started from this line out, just overthrown there, and Tretter is just waiting in the back pocket. And of course, whenever there's a turnover, you get it away from trouble. Get it to the farthest spot, and that happens to be Koulibaly. Just another look at spreading it wide, and Koulibaly does what she does best, just legs it down the field. Took multiple defenders to take her down. She had so many impressive stats last week, Ben, and she's a weapon that everyone in this world now knows about.
100+ meters gained, had a try in the run out here in the Pac-4 for the U.S. against New Zealand. Dazzling play. It was a kick and chase that she tracked down. She's a home run hitter, as I like to say in this sport. She can do it at any moment.
Set.
Scrum here for Canada. 7-0 United States here. 12 minutes gone in the opening half here from SeatGeek Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. Now the left winger for Canada there. Found the hands of Aurora Bowie. Debuted in this Pac-4 against Australia. Penalty call, not getting away, not rolling away in time on the U.S.
Yeah, Canada's happy to keep that one back. Haven't seen too much of them in their own attacking half in probably 7-8 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So Tessier looking to put them back in the right parts of the field.
Alex Tessier, 7 tries in her international career. There she is. She plays, again, like many of these players do, for Exeter. A standing player. We had a chance to visit with her the last couple of weeks. She missed the opener, but she's been back, and she was very clear. She said, hey, we got to be better. We know that. Simple put, they got to be better. Better in that line out there that time from Tutosi, and that one off the referee went right into Amber McLaughlin. Hate when that happens. She's having a little chuckle about it.
Face right there.
Sorry, hit me.
Yeah.
Sorry, hit me. I was taking me, so it's a scrum. White ball. Here we go.
And you talk about the set pieces as,
Yep.
as they, of course, are set up for the scrum now. Still Canada put. The USA, they were 100% from the scrum last week, 95% from the line out. Canada, they were 88% at the scrum, 88% from the line out. See how these numbers improve We saw the first line out for Canada
Now,
not
just wait for
go
my
two
call. I'm trying
hands.
to hold it to make sure it's stable throughout, so there's patience with that.
Convo there for the front rows.
You mentioned it earlier, Ben.
Yeah.
Just the front row battle. I mean, some of the most experienced players battling right now. I love the Dalika Menin, Hope Rogers showdown.
You have 172 caps for the front row of Canada. That's amazing. They had over 500 caps in their lineup last week altogether. The experienced side, under pressure, getting that ball free. The number 9, Justine Pelletier, 46 caps for her.
No advantage.
Mishandled.
Stay straight at the front.
Canada had a hot start, but a turnover stopped that passage of play. Now they're on the right side of the pitch here this time, 10 meters over halfway here. The kick from Tessier to set him up here for the penalty.
It'll be interesting to see how they set up in this line out now.
Line from up.
Just inside their attacking 22. They go for the maul here.
Emily Tutosi. Not straight though. They turn it over and set piece there.
Contact. He's gone up. Downside shoulder.
It's a very tight call there.
Line out called.
USA opting to go right back
Same
for the
mark.
line out.
Line's the mark.
But 0 for 2 right now. Canada's lineouts
Let's go, USA.
need to find some way to quickly adjust.
Hope Rogers trying to adjust the hair a little bit there. Came
Right
undone on that
inside.
passage that the U.S. scored on back in the 9th minute. So here now is the hooker for the United States, Catherine Tretter. 30 years young, played at Stanford in her college days from Anchorage, Alaska. And a miscue here in the lineout from the U.S.
You haven't left soon enough.
Yeah, and she had an issue with the numbers here. I think Tafuna coming, I think it was Tafuna who came in just last minute. There was too late for the ref, so Canada will play off the tap.
Here they go, in the hands of Dalika Menin out of Vulcan, Alberta, Western Canada, if you're not familiar. Pelletier from the other side of the country of Canada. She's from Quebec, the number 9. Tough carry here for Gabby Semp, her 43rd cap here tonight. Here's DeGoody. Always a threat to score, especially from this in close, just over 5 meters. Pelletier had it. She mishandled it, knocked it on free.
It's disappointing for Canada getting so close to the try line, probably their first real visit there in this match. But as we take a look at the body position of the USA, and unfortunately that one just gets knocked out of Pelletier's hands. Look at the celebration on Humphrey's face. They deserve that. Something they focused on this week especially was body height in contact, making sure you're going low to win the point of contact, but also to knock out the balls like that.
Both of you are both coming in on this one. I need you to hold your gap, okay? Here we go, Canada.
You can hear from the referee saying just trying to hold the gap there, and it's almost like a game of chicken between these two scrummagers, especially when they're so experienced. They want to just cheekily close that gap, get in the other's face, but referee doing well to quit the antics there.
It's a victory for Canada. They're going to get it back in great field position here.
Number 1, angle.
So they got Hope Rogers there if she gets pinged.
Yeah, well, Menin won that battle against Hope, created the picture that she wanted the referee to see. In the scrum, you're looking for nice, square engage, and Menin was able to force Hope into making it look like she had that angled drive, and that's why she wins that penalty.
Scrum called.
And why not go again?
That was a good picture on that one. You've got that dominant first
What are we seeing there? Because they're going completely around without going forward.
I've seen your hips going out and not caving under pressure there. I need to see a stronger picture.
If she's coming in, where do you want me to go?
You stay straight for me and I can watch her.
Okay.
Rogers there, the loose head prop for the United States, with Amber McLaughlin, our referee. So another scrum here for Canada, as Bree mentioned. Justine Pelletier put in for Canada. And here for Canada. Still dragging that ball along to Goody. Break ball back. What a ball there. And Pelletier, they may look at this. It looked like that ball kind of bobbled in there. But for now, it's called a try. And Canada is a kick away as we stand now from leveling it. But I think, Bree, we're going to get a TMO check coming up here from Quinton Immelman.
Let's have a TMO check for it, okay? Yes, we will.
So Amber, just let me know once you're at the screen. I'm going to show you a knock on by 9 Canada.
Yeah, that's right. We're at the screen now. You're checking a knock on by 9 white.
That is correct. It's on the screen now.
Yep, there we go. She clearly loses control of the ball. We are playing advantage from the scrum. So it'll be a knock on, but we're going back to the scrum. So Sax, oh, right, back to me. I've got a decision.
All right. I'll let you know once you're back on the screen. You're back on the screen, Amber.
Okay. No try, knock on, back to advantage.
Well,
There's
the
the
home
verdict.
crowd is loving that, and Pelletier unfortunately just could not secure the ball to ground. There's that separation as she gives a little pat on the shoulder to fellow scrum out there, but it was Bella Vogel whose arm got underneath there. Now, you can see the conversation happening with Rogers.
I've got a fine picture by her at the moment.
I'm just trying to let you all hear as much of that as possible, but regardless of what just happened there, Canada's scrum in that last one was so dominant. Will they continue that again? I mean, just the power that they had. They kept the ball in the scrum. Will they try to draw a penalty?
USA crowd behind the Eagles, trying to hold up. Canada trying to get this match level here in the 20th minute. There's the push, Bree. Still pushing, advantage. Ball's available and free. There's the Goody, and it's down. And Canada, a kick now. This one will count away from leveling this match at 7 here in the 20th.
You can see how fired up they are about that, especially when it comes through the pack. Take a look at that drive and the control, just sitting at Goody's foot, knows how close she is, and then there's nothing that Kelter can do there. They may need to find answers in the lineout, but boy, in the scrums, they are finding all the solutions to get past the USA right now, and with the kick to come, could tie it up.
That try putting last year's World Rugby Player of the Year, Sophie de Goody, puts her over 300 career points, and that is her 15th career try, as the conversion is good. Like we started about 20 minutes and change ago. We're even again, this time at 7 apiece, Bree Kim.
Well, we knew it was going to be close, so no surprise there. Sophie de Goody, so good to see her back in full health. As we know, she also had that first match where she came off of the bench after some prolonged injury, had just come back into the PWR. Good to see her back.
Plays for Saracens over there. Canada right back with it now. Here they come. 7-7 here, 22nd minute. Yeah, you mentioned that with the Goody. Came back in that delayed start against Australia. Played around 30 minutes in that match. Played about 50 last week. Here's a turnover ball now. Hope Rogers under pressure. Goes down, gets it back for Payton now. Abigail Payton now puts that ball into the dangerous hands of Frida Tafuna. She was going well last week for the U.S. Big shot delivered there. Now Vogel with a fend there with a right little swat now. Vogel drags a couple of defenders with her. For Canada, that was Bowie and Perry, the 11 and 10 respectively. Payton to it. Henrich.
Start on the body and then hit the hand.
And to Rogers. She's got the U.S. try. Does Hope Rogers, her 4th of the Pac 4 here in 2026. Kelter now. Paris Wedding ball came up, came out.
No advantage. High tackle.
There you have it. High tackle was called on Canada.
That turnover initially started with M. Henrich getting her arms into the arms of the Canadian player, ripped that ball out. And USA making some meters on each carry, but now they'll get even closer to the try line.
So the passage the Americans scored on, we don't have an official count on phases, but that had to have been somewhere in the 15, right? It was a massive passage of play. They're back there again. We're roughly where that last one started. Are they going to do the same thing? Or are they going to? What do you think they do? They keep that together. Or are they going to try to play it out?
Well, first, as Han Humphries, I think, is just getting some blood cleaned
so
up.
just clarity on the play that's down there. She just got a boot to the face, accidental, just a rugby accident.
There you hear from our TMO, Quentin Immelman, a boot to the face
Yeah,
of Humphries.
they're just getting it cleaned up there. Nothing that Humphries hasn't seen before, but as we go back to just setting up for the line out as they get taken care of, look, it's an easy, good position, not easy, but good position for the driving maul. So they'll see what they can do. Treader is so prolific at scoring those off the shoulders of her forward teammates. But if it doesn't go successfully from there, then it's going to be a lot of go forward hard carries up Main Street.
So you think that is clearly the strategy? You don't think they play it out wide at all?
Well, I think right now they'll go off of what's been working well.
Okay.
Get Canada going back on their heels before they get it out wide and potentially open up some overloads.
Here's the throw from Treader. It's a good one. Humphries, blood taken care of. Pulled that one down in the lineup. U.S. inside of the 5 now, trying to get the lead back here in the 24th. See that ball under the right arm of Treader. Catherine Treader, the hooker for the United States. Peyton pulls it free. Good little inside ball there. Tough carry. Good tackle there from the Canadian captain. Peyton to it. Plays on Humphries. And Humphries. Bloodied, patched up, and scores. And it's 12-7 the United States.
I don't have a grounding. Do you have anything there, Emma?
Or was it held up? Let's listen in.
I'm going to come to you. This one.
Yes, Amber.
You're just going to have a check. I've got held up at the moment. Can you just check to see if there was a try and a grounding? 5, 7, 6 or 7 more.
All right, so on-field decision is?
Held up.
Held up, no try.
We're at the screen.
I'll put it up for you now. Okay, it's on the screen now.
Yeah.
Initially, you have it short, then the ball is clearly held up.
Yep. Yeah, the ball is clearly
and it's
held
in
up.
goal, yes.
Yes, so it's going to be a goal line drop out, held up in goal.
That is correct.
Right. Back to me there.
I'll let you know once you're back on the screen.
Okay. No try, held up, goal line drop out.
There's the verdict. 3.
Time on.
Well, I'm impressed with the ref there. That was a clean call.
Yep.
Didn't look like it was held up in real time, but away we go now.
Goal line drop out. Here's Kelter on the take. Malev Kelter.
Stay down.
It's that ball back for Abigail Peyton. Peyton plays it into the hands of Olivia Leatherman,
Keep going.
23-year-old out of Parma, Ohio. Here's the captain, Erica Gerald Searcy, product of Boston, Massachusetts. Rogers, Vogel, sidesteps one. Henrich now wanted to cut in. We got a call here made by McLaughlin. Obstruction, I believe.
And we'll set up, and you can see Rogers and Leatherman
Forward pass, wide scrum.
just trying to get alignment between them, and Treader joining the conversation.
No, you're outside. You're outside.
So we're 7-7 here, Bree. We've had 2 tries that have gone to TMO, and they've both been
Staying straight. Straight.
no points in the end.
That's great work from the referee crew.
Yep.
Crouch.
Amber McLaughlin, our referee. The TMO is Quentin Immelman.
Set.
Emily Luciano, Emma Gallagher, the ARs. Derek Summers, the foul play review officer.
All right. turning out the right, use it.
Canada in the scrum.
I can't. It's turned. I have to call it. Just wait for it to be laced. Yeah. Process on the 90. White scrum.
First meeting between these two countries since last year when they met in August. August 1 in Ottawa. More than 11,000 on hand for that. Bree, you were on the call of the match in KC last year that Canada won. Of course, they've won the last 11.
I've got clearly both front rows coming in. We spoke earlier, we've had some good scrums. We need to hold that gap. Second rows, make sure we are holding your front row back. Let's go, Canada, keep getting excited!
Again, it's the fight for space between the front rows. Look, if it's too close of a gap, then they're pre-engaged, and too wide, and that's dangerous and create instability from the get-go.
Bind.
I think McLaughlin is frustrated by having to referee this kind of situation.
First time she's been in the middle in 2.5 years since November of 2023. Knocked down. This is going to be a card. This will be a card on the youngster Abigail Payton for the intentional play by her, so she's in the bin for 10.
Boy, that is a big call. Take a look here. Payton read it so easily and so quickly. And just that one arm, even though the ball does go backwards, just to the referee.
So what the penalty for the scrum? It's actually gone backwards, so you can return that player. Apologies.
So yeah, you can hear immediately Payton comes sprinting back on. It's like, oops, sorry, my bad. Thought that was a very interesting call, and McLaughlin walks it back at Tessier, I think.
Deliberate knock on.
Trying to plead it.
Yeah, but it is still advantage from the scrum. Number one, not staying straight. Okay. So is she back on?
So no yellow.
Yep. Back here.
Huge sigh of relief, I'm sure,
Just
from the
back here,
19-year-old
thank you.
Abigail Payton.
Number one, angle.
Yeah, and it just goes back to the initial scrum penalty, which is again on Rogers for the angle.
What does she do in that position? I mean, it seems like McLaughlin's being very, very disciplined in those scrums. I mean, what do? Do you just keep trying? Or?
I mean, I don't think that Rogers is doing anything wrong, but again, the picture that Menon is creating isn't allowing Rogers to be able to engage the way that she would like to. So she's got to change the picture somehow in the next scrum.
See if she can do that. Here's Canada from set piece. Played back now. Little tackle out there. Henrich leading the charge. Peltier plays that ball into the hands there of Royer. Christine Peltier was the captain in week one, with Alex Tessier sitting out that week one match in the Pac-4. Here's Kelter now, left Kelter, racking up the carries as she normally does. Takes a big shot there from Amakwale.
Advantage, not rolling. Number 4.
Rolling away in time at Amakwale, so an advantage being played here for the United States in the blue kits. Here's Georgie Paris-Redding. Mom is here from overseas in the UK, where she's from. Born in Detroit when her parents were working in the auto plants in Detroit. She was only in the U.S. for a couple of years. She is becoming a very good piece of the puzzle for Jack Hanratty. Battle here, and will reset for the advantage that was being played.
Well, those last few phases there were really good examples of how tenacious the breakdown can be from both sides. And it will go back to the initial penalty. I believe that was on Amakwale for not rolling. But you could see how close Canada was in a couple of those phases of stealing that ball, but was getting cleaned out by Tafuo and others. The crowd reaction
Keep your
there.
head up over there. All right, in the seats.
On the line for me.
Finish your thought.
I'm all set now.
Okay. Line out here for the United States. 7-7 here in the 30th. 49th all-time meeting. Canada has won the last 11. U.S. had a 9-match win streak. Here's Humphreys. Humphreys offloads that ball into the hands of the captain. Erica Gerald Searcy, good carry from her. Payton to it. Double pumps and finds Koulibaly. Koulibaly approaching a handful of carries here in this first half is the left winger for the United States, Payton. Paris Redding dropped in a hurry. Greeted by Royer, who took her down. Royer's been strong. U.S. back down there knocking on the door again. 10 minutes to go in the first half, 7 apiece. There's Searcy picks up. There's DeGoody. What a battle between those two. Two veteran players. Leatherman in there pushing and forcing her way forward. Humphries. And the call that went to TMO last time. Ball was held up. Laid back here for the U.S. A couple of meters away. Canada holds him from the line again. Short little ball to the left. McLaughlin's there. Still short. At the back. Nothing yet. Payton takes a look. Now Paris Redding gets in there for Kelter. Kelter. Still short. A lot going on in there.
Time off. I've got a grounding on the ground, on the line by 6. I just want to make sure. Oh, sorry. Time off, TMO check.
So back to Quinton Immelman.
Yes, Amber.
I've got a grounding on the line by 6 blue. I just want to make sure that she's on her feet when she's played the ball. Okay.
Okay, so
We're at the screen.
on-field decision is try,
no, yes.
and we're just going to see if she's on her feet when the ball has been scored.
Yes.
The try's been scored. Okay, we'll put it up for you now.
She's the one with short gear. She's clear. That was strapping on my legs, I think. Clearly off her feet, playing that ball forward.
See that
So we've got
left
a
knee
penalty
down.
there for playing the ball on the ground. Penalty to white. Yes. Agree with those facts, guys? You agree, Quinton?
I agree with those facts. Let me know.
Okay.
I'll let you know once you're back on the screen.
Yeah, we've got a decision back to me. Okay.
You're back on the screen, Amber.
Yeah. No try. She's off her feet when she's played the ball, so it's playing on the ground. Penalty to white.
Same thing as before, though. It's kind of a clip, and if they're in the way she's letting the ball.
Yeah, you had an advantage earlier on that one. This one I felt okay here. No, that's okay there at the moment, but we'll check for any head-on-head contact as well. Thank you.
So one thing is clear, Bree. The United States, when they're down there,
Playing it on the ground.
they're trying to get that ball into the hands of Han Humphries. That's now 2 that have gone to TMO, denied on both.
They must be just voracious right now, just trying to get that ball again because they are looking for that final try to legally go their way. But right now, Canada is doing such a good job of just getting off the line
You have to make it clear where you are, all the way
and
back.
winning that collision against the U.S., not letting an inch go by them. And now
In we go.
they get out of their own 22. Now they've got the ball back in hand.
Futosi's throw went into the hands of Treader again for the second time. Futosi's counterpart, Treader, has come up with the ball in the lineout. One's on a deep throw, that one deflected. 32
Leave it now, leave it one.
into this match, 7-7. Rogers in the 9th for the United States, DeGoody in the 20th for Canada. Abigail Payton, Vogel. Olivia Leatherman, the tight head prop. Payton to it. Back to Paris Redding. They crisscross. Inside with it.
Leave her.
Canada's speed's been great. Vogel trying to offload. Does. Finds Howard. Payton into the hands of Kelter. Vogel. Paris Redding.
Oh, no,
Now
no,
gonna
stop.
kick to the edge. Takes a hop and turned the wrong way for the United States. but they track it down nevertheless. Peyton, Kelter. She was greeted there by Bowie. Now Paris Redding, big collision there. Vogel, Howard, and Atonga mishandled it. This one kicked down the pitch. Canada gets some breathing room here, Breeze. There's a race for it here. Canada trying to get there. Hogan Rochester with wheels could not win the battle, though, as the U.S. gets it back, but they lose about 40 meters.
Canada just creating chaos. Why not? And now they get this ball knock on Peyton. You take the risk, you go for the gamble. And you take another look here.
Thank you.
Ball's getting spread out wide, and just Matetonga just not able to handle it, still backwards, but Tessier just takes the boot. Why not? Scrambling back are the U.S., and Howard did a really good job of getting on that ball, but take a look right here, just the extra pressure in the ruck, and it just causes that ball to move, and Peyton's hand on it, that's the knock on, and Canada scrum on the 22. Really great opportunity for this side.
That's a play from Tessier you won't see in the box score, right? But it's a brilliant heads-up play. We've got a United States player getting some medical attention, and there is their captain, who's approaching 70 caps in her career. She's just such a brilliant mind and player.
Yeah, she's just has that IQ and knows exactly where to go. And in moments like that, right, take the gamble and see what happens.
Canadian captain, and then here's a kick here by the U.S. I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, we talk about gambling, and I love what Henrich did there because they were going crash after crash and not getting a lot of go forward. Saw that there was space behind that first line of defense. Why not? The bounce might not have gone how they expected it to, but they still were able to regather it. So just that little wrinkle from Henrich, I'm loving that in the attack.
Here's Canada now, inside of 6 to play in the half. Time back on. 3 tries that have gone to TMO. None of them have resulted in points.
Bind.
Hence 7-7.
Set.
Put in from Peltier.
Advantage.
Advantage for Canada. Peltier pulls that ball free.
Okay, thank you.
Trying to work it inside there. Got it. Did the fullback Claire Gallagher. 22nd cap for her. To the edge now. Cutting back inside. Bowie. Bowie near the line.
Short.
She's short. Canada knocking on the door. Trying to kick it in. Peltier. Nifty little move there. Steps inside and touches down. This one she scored will count.
How many times have we seen that from Peltier, just picking off the ruck and sneaking in for the try? Looked like for a second that her teammate Aurora Bowie on her 3rd cap was going to maybe get the try. But again, Canada just going off of the platform that they are dominating right now, and that is the scrum. Take a look here, Bowie with a nice carry and just ends up short. And as U.S. scrambles back, you can just see the pocket on the right-hand side, and Peyton not able to recover in time. Peltier beats her to the whitewash.
Her 8th career try internationally. Nearing 4 minutes remaining in the half, and it's going to stay a 5-point lead for Canada.
You see Claire Gallagher there, but just take another look at what just unfolded. Bowie just cutting back in. 3 USA bodies getting wrapped up in that, and then there's just that half gap right there, and Peltier just sneaks it right in. And man, Peltier has been amazing for this Canadian side, had a really stellar World Cup, and now she's really risen in the ranks in terms of her leadership. When both Tessier and Degoody were injured, she was the one that Rouet looked to. She plays in France right now in a overwhelming majority French team, and she is the captain. That's the kind of player, that's the kind of leader she is. Speaks for itself.
Yeah, it sure does. Her 46th cap for her home country of Canada tonight. 12-7 here, coming up on just 3 minutes remaining in the half. And that really, you go back, there's those moments again. It's a moment that you won't see in the box score from Tessier, but in the end, it results on Canada getting the lead. Line out here for the United States. Catherine Tretter, 2 World Cups on her resume.
Right. Come across onto your front person. Don't close that gap. I will worry about the numbers for you. You okay on the mark? End for me instead.
See what the response is here from the United States. Good throw, just like you want it. Now the U.S. will go forward. Paris Redding, another tough carry there. Paris Redding was there. I thought Tafuna would give the ball up. She didn't. Now Peyton under pressure, and she turned the ball over. She turned it over right into the hands of Brittany Castle, who debuted against the U.S. back in 2017. That could be a costly mistake. Big, heavy, forceful run there from Royer. Now played back. This is Menin. Menin shoves down the American would-be tackler. Peyton threw her down like a rag doll. Now Canada coming with some steam here. Gabby Semp. They'll work it back now into the hands of Buiza. Buiza. And this one goes into touch. And the United States gets a break.
You can see how much it means there. Just the celebrations from Paris Redding and Koulibaly. You can see on your screen. Take a look here. Peyton off of the ruck and pauses a second, and Castle says, "Thank you very much. That ends up in my hands." And you could see Canada really take it in full stride. Look at that big run, and unfortunately just gets bobbled out of bounds. But that's what we're gonna see this whole match, is just pushing the edge as much as you can. What risk are you willing to take? And that one, USA gets the favor.
5, 6.
Final minute, 12-7 Canada. Scrum here for the United States, and it didn't go well.
There's a forced penalty against that. There's been no option. Number 1, repeat infringements.
Hope Rogers, 4th time that Amber McLaughlin has had to talk to her, and Rogers gets a yellow here. That's a big loss for the U.S.
It's unfortunate, very frustrating for Rogers, and now USA will need to withstand this last minute here. 1 person down. Certainly going into the sheds, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Take a look here, just good angle from our camera crew, and you can just see the pressure that the USA scrum is getting. Castle out there triumphant after that last one.
Again, 172 caps for Canada's front row. Tough anywhere in the world to find that kind of experience. Here comes Canada now. They want one. Playing a woman up here. Final seconds here of this first half. Leading by 5. Pick and go from the back. U.S. trying to hang on.
On the line.
Turned away there. Paris Redding, with 22 tackles last week, makes that stop. Canada right there, picked up in the back, diving in and getting it down, and Canada strikes in the 40th. They get it home, and they take a 17-7 lead.
Well, let me tell you what, Ben, Dalika Menin is having a monster first half. She's just defining how it's going to go. But first, look at that carry. That's a Makule. And then just getting it so quickly off the base there is Menin. And Canada, boy, the momentum has really swung in their favor the last few minutes. They're going to head into the sheds quite happy with this performance.
30.
So Dalika Menin, her 13th career international try. Gallagher, good strike with the left. It is good, and it's 19-7 Canada. At the halftime break, Canada has won the last 11 matches they played against the U.S., and they lead here in this one by 12 at halftime. SeatGeek Stadium, about 15 miles from downtown Chicago, Illinois. Ben Holden, Bree Kim, all of our crew. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you're watching around the world tonight. Canada, Bree, they've scored, well, the last 12 points in this match. This was 7 apiece, but Canada, in the late stages of that first half, they get the job done with 2 tries in the final 4 minutes.
Yeah, and for me right now, the biggest difference between these two teams is the set piece. And I think we've saw that, especially in the last few minutes, as Hope Rogers gets sent off. McLaughlin just not liking what she's seeing from that picture. The USA had 3 scrums. They only won 1 of those scrums. Meanwhile, Canada 7 scrums, 100%. The line now, it's a little bit of a different picture that Canada won 57% of their scrums. USA won 80%. But when you have that disparity, that much disparity in set piece like the scrum, that's going to really cost you. And so you know that as the USA are headed into the sheds, there's going to be conversations with Humphreys and his pack of forwards to figure out how they can mitigate that heading into the second half.
Yeah, Kevin Rouet, when we chatted with him a couple of days ago, he said, look, last weekend against New Zealand, it was a wake-up call, no question about it. He said, we need to deliver as simple as that, no excuses. We need to work harder and prepare better. And so far, based on this first half, fair to say they've done that. Following up your points on what they've done in set piece, that's been brilliant. And again, I go back, really, I think that kick by Tessier, which got him that try to go ahead, that's really what changed this match in the second half. Am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right. And sometimes it's just the roll of the dice, and that's exactly what happened there. You think about how Canada traditionally plays and what they're so strong at. We know it's that physical, fast ruck ball, getting it out to the edges, but they've actually only had 37% possession in that first half. They really were on defense a lot because the USA had a lot of continuous phases, just weren't able to convert, had 2 held up tries, and Canada just really making the most of their opportunities. That's what set them apart.
Canada was number 2 in the world when the Pac-4 series started 2 weekends ago. They're now 3rd by virtue of New Zealand getting the victory last week. New Zealand up to 2, England at 1, France, Ireland, Scotland, the US at 7, Australia, they dropped from 7 to 8. They basically flipped there. So if you're the United States here, what's the conversation for them here at halftime being in the position they're in, Bree?
Well, I think we've talked about one key focus that they need to clean up. On the other side, I think what they've done really well is keeping the ball alive. I've loved the offloads and just little last-second passes before the ball carrier gets tackled. What I've noticed is USA is able to really attack those tiny little gaps on either side of the tackler, and Canada's not been able to seal them up, and that's why we're getting that go forward from Kelter, from Humphreys, the like. So they need to make sure that they keep doing that because they found a lot of success there.
Do you think they need to try to play it a little bit more spread out, a little more expansive?
I think that they are going to play with that, but I think they really want to show up in that 1v1 kind of battle we've talked about. I think they're trying to open it up a little bit more to make it a little bit easier on the wings because you know that Canada's ready for them on the outside. But I think you have a point there, Ben, is that they can probably try to test that a little bit earlier in their passages of play.
And we'll see what they do. It's a 19-7 lead for Canada. 12 points here at halftime, just outside of Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, look out!
Sal's NBL, live Sky Sport.
If I won $4 million, I'd design my dream golf course.
A little risky, don't you think?
Why is that?
Imagine winning $4 million this Saturday. Get your Powerball ticket in-store or online.
Step 1, choose your coffee with just one touch.
Okay.
Step 2, there is no step 2. That's it. Just enjoy. DeLonghi, it's not just perfect, it's perfetto.
So this is a Finance Now moment.
Holiday time? Apply for a personal loan at financenow.co.nz.
Find Mum's signature scent this Mother's Day at Chemist Warehouse. Like Elizabeth Arden Sunflowers 100ml EDT, now $22.99, save $52. Or Calvin Klein Eternity for Women 100ml EDP, only $54.99, save $115. Treat them to Ariana Grande Mod Vanilla 100ml EDP, only $84.99, save $15. Or surprise them with Estee Lauder Beautiful 75ml EDP for $109.99, save $105. For the perfect gift this Mother's Day, head to Chemist Warehouse, the real house of fragrances.
Thanks, guys.
So happy the guy at Flooring Extra recommended the vintage oak.
The neighbours seem to like it too.
Solar technology has come a long way quickly, helping homes to become more self-sufficient while saving over $1,000 each year on power. It's more affordable now, with a typical system starting from $10,000. So it's not surprising that homes investing in solar have doubled in the last few years. And in many cases, solar can now even pay for itself in as little as 7 years, making it a switch worth looking into.
The Nick Scali Easter clearance ends Monday, with up to 50% off a huge range of furniture for every kind of home. Save up to 50% at the Easter clearance. Ends Monday at Nick Scali.
Get your bet on with TAB's first try scorer bonus back on all Super Rugby matches. Place a bet on any player to score the first try, and if it loses, get up to $20 bonus cash back. R18, bet responsibly.
There's a glass and a half in everyone.
At Supercheap Auto, we've been helping people tinker for 50 years. For people like Bill, Lucy, Kevin, didn't catch this guy's name.
It's Kevin.
Whoever you are, whatever you drive, we'll help you make it super.
We love Mum at Chemist Warehouse. Treat her to Philips Sonicare 1100 electric toothbrush, and now $44.99 each, save $30. And save $5 on Go Healthy, Go Magnesium Glycinate 60 veggie capsules, now only $19.99. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi. Definitely slower. Yes. We're saving so much planet right now.
Whatever you want to save, see how ANZ can help.
It's the final of the 2012 quad tournament.
The drive from Malu. Yes, the try scored. Power and strength from Asufa Solomoni.
Nelson trail by 13.
I doubt that Nelson can come back with the greatest respect. Barrett gets it inside the ball. Absolutely incredible.
Stevens on the left wing for Nelson. He's going to go 50 metres.
Wow. This is exciting. For the title. Luke Campbell. No! So it's a draw at 31-all. They will share the title.
Seriously, how good are Nature's Way Vita Gummies? A completely different way to enjoy your vitamins and minerals. This, hard to swallow, easy to forget. Nature's Way Vita Gummies, packed with key vitamins and minerals. Unforgettable, seriously good. Multivitamin, vitamin C, magnesium, and more. Nature's Way Vita Gummies. They're seriously good.
You and me, we're gonna make a memory.
IKEA.
Stop what you're chewing and put your phone dollars towards a new interest-free phone. Check what's in your One Wallet, whatever network you're on. One New Zealand. Let's get connected.
80 mils, darling. Get a taste of Retirement Village life at MetLife Care's National Open Day. Saturday, 2nd of May, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. MetLife Care. Welcome home.
With a Yale forklift, you can up your efficiency and reliability. So why not up your game? with a Yale. Test lift a Yale today.
When people think speed, they don't expect stillness. A quiet determination, a passion forged over time. It takes control to move with that kind of power. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of the path I've run. A gentle strength. For my skin, for everyone's sensitive skin. I face the world for New Zealand. I face the world with Cetaphil.
With rising business costs, need to save on your payments? Get your hands on Shift4 low-cost tap and pay payments, so your customers can tap and pay. Tap, pay and save with Shift4. Visit Shift4 now.
And he finds the gap. And he's through!
Earthwise is new and improved with naturally derived enzymes to deliver uncompromising results. Incoming. New and improved Earthwise. Eco made logical.
TAB's safer betting tools makes taking a break from betting easy. Even easier than leading a horse to water.
That was easy.
TAB safer betting tools help me limit, pause and reflect on my betting.
R18, bet responsibly.
Start your day with new Go Creatine Plus Magnesium, $29.99 at Chemist Warehouse. It combines creatine with 2 forms of magnesium to support energy levels, muscle function, mental clarity and focus. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Welcome to a new era in Formula One.
Unbelievable!
Your seat in Formula One lives on Sky Sport.
Selection of top quality gear and apparel to elevate your game. (1907) Canada on top of the United States. Ben Holden, Bree Kim with you here, and you know, we touched on it a little bit earlier, Bree, and I'd love to get some more perspective and thought from you on these two coaches, Jack Hanratty and Kevin Rouet. They worked for Rugby Canada. Jack Hanratty was coaching university rugby in Canada last year, and this opportunity came up for him, and it's obviously one you can't say no. Anytime a country asks you to coach their national team, you take it. And a very unique story with those two men, and both had a lot of fun talking with us about it earlier in the week. What do you like so much about those two guys?
Oh, I think it's just, you know, both of these minds are so innovative, right? I think they, especially Kevin Rouet, he has really transformed how modern day rugby can be played. And if you haven't watched it yet, you got to go to Squidge Rugby's YouTube channel and watch his analysis of how Canada play, because it's really fascinating, and it's really just what Rouet has done to innovate on this game has been tremendous. And you can see his play get dispersed across the world as different people from his former coaching staff, Jack Hanratty included, have gone across the world and are now coaching at various different teams. I think, you know, it speaks to, you know, the professionalism and the just caliber of coaching that has originated in Rugby Canada, and now we're seeing it in the U.S., across the world, as we see both sides now getting ready to come out of the tunnel, getting ready to kick off this second half.
Yeah, it was fun talking to both those coaches, both men. Here comes the U.S. on the left, Canada in the white kits on the right. Referee tonight, Amber McLaughlin, Amelia Luciano, and Emma Gallagher are the assistant referees. Quentin Immelman, you've been watching, you've heard plenty of him. Very good work from him and Amber McLaughlin here tonight. Their communication's been top flight, top notch. Foul play review officer is Derek Summers. Ben Holden, Bree Kim, all of our crew with you as we're set to begin the second half in this one, the latest installment of the United States and Canada in women's rugby. 49th all-time meeting, 24th time they've met on U.S. soil. Canada 15-8 in the previous 23. See that flag with all the USA players on it. That took some time. That's creative. Good work by that woman there with that flag.
Oh, I love it. What a cool memento.
Okay, all good.
For this tour. As we get ready to get underway with McLaughlin. Remember, USA is down one person, no Hope Rogers right now. Probably for an extra 9 minutes or so, and then should go back to full strength.
Yeah, it was in the 40th. We played about, 30 seconds past full time in the first half. So indeed the case. Rogers out, had a try to begin the match. The third straight match for the USA Eagles that she's open scoring in the second half from SeatGeek Stadium underway, Canada.
Inside, hold.
Good strong kick pushes the United States back to their 22. This is Howard. Matana Howard.
Leave it one, leave.
Abigail Payton, first start for the Eagles, 19 years young. She's to it again from the base. And there's Tafuna, big collision there. You talk about those collisions all the time. That was one of the bigger ones we've seen tonight.
Wing is on hold, no,
Kick from Kelter.
Great.
Canadian captain Alex Tessier back there.
Wide retreat.
She'll return. Not deep enough for a potential 50-22. Kelter right back down the pitch. Those two go back and forth. Now in the middle of the park. It's into the hands of the fly half for Canada. That's Taylor Perry. And the U.S. comes away with it. But a whistle here. Knocked on though.
Yeah, just a kicking battle between Tessier and Kelter. And on that last one from Kelter, couldn't quite see it on your screen, but the wide shot showed that the USA's launch on the edges just was a little bit too fragmented. And, that kick almost ended up in Matetonga's hands, but just couldn't quite keep it in her arms. So Canada winning that one back, probably a net gain of about 10-15 meters or so. And now playing off of their so dominant scrum.
Very dominant. Advantage here for Canada. Tessier plays it.
Back.
On the edge, good hands, good awareness out there on the edge by the dangerous Asia Hogan Rochester. Again, 10 matches coming in, 9 tries in her 15s career. This one mishandled by Canada. They're going to come back and reset. They were playing an advantage there.
Yeah, and I mean, the scrum was already dominant and just one person down there.
High head, collapsing.
Was on the tight head, and I actually didn't catch who was playing tight head in that moment. But couldn't withstand the pressure, so now Tessier, sorry, that was Leatherman, excuse me, and just unable to withstand the pressure there, so Tessier gets it to just outside the attacking 22.
68th cap for Alex Tessier here tonight. Emily Tutosi with the throw here. 15 on 14 with Rogers in. Got that yellow in the 40th minute. 4 infractions called on her. And Amber McLaughlin had no choice but to go to the pocket, pull out the yellow. Peltier, first half try for her. 8 in her career now. Canada working their way down. Now Tessier looking for some help. There was the center there. Seyu Manutafa. Now the U.S. comes up with it. The whistle here will come back.
You can just see they're so hungry on the edges there. But these penalties just are playing the U.S. right now, and Canada just sitting nice and comfy.
7P, collapsing.
And there you hear it. It is on Reese Woods, who has come in. You saw it under the score bug just a moment ago. Has come in, and Frida Tafuna is off so that we can have the full front row for the U.S. But Canada now going for the line out, liking their options here.
Chance to extend this lead. Playing a woman up here.
Hold the line, 7. Thank you.
McLaughlin directing a little traffic in there with Paris Redding. Tutosi. Down by the U.S., but gathered in on the hop there by Royer. Her debut in 21 against the United States. Canada just inside of the 5. U.S. trying to hang on here. Their captain in there trying to rip that ball out, unable to do so. Menon had it, and she knocked it on there, Bree. She wanted to pick that thing out, and she had her sights set on the line, but she mishandled it.
Oh, just so tough to lose it right there. But it is a scrum on the 5. And when you have the numbers up and the momentum in your favor, you can bet that Canada's going to just put all the pressure on this USA side. As they get set, just take a look right here. Just not able to get it cleanly off the grass. Here we go, immense pressure on the scrum.
U.S. with the scrum. Abigail Payton first start. There's that pressure, and it's pulled out of there by Paris Redding. Paris Redding, though, good tough carry. On a couple more meters. Payton working that ball back into the hands there of Reese Woods. Made her debut against New Zealand 2 matches ago.
Hold in front, hold in front. Hold, hold, hold.
The kick from Howard. Had to do it.
Yeah, good little exit there from the U.S. Now just trying to kill off a few more minutes before they get to full strength.
Less than 4 left in that.
5.
3.5 now, to be exact. Time remaining in the yellow to Hope Rogers. Emily Tutosi once again, 44th cap for her. Plays for the Exeter Chiefs, 15 tries in her international career. Throw into Gabby Semp. Here they go. Tutosi getting a push in there, getting some help from Pam Buiza. Her 21st cap for the number 6 for Canada. Tutosi, read it and drop. That's a scrum half. On the hooker there. Big tackle from Payton. She got trucked earlier in the match.
On the body.
Carol Searcy with a tackle down low there. Quick ball played. Peltier. Buiza, double tackle on her. Nowhere to go. Semp. Finally wrestled down. To Goody. On to Tutosi. Peltier. Right on the edge. Back inside. They played it into the hands of Gabby Semp. Now to Goody. Tutosi. Harris Redding the tackle. Canada trying to hammer this one home here and extend the lead. There's a chance. Advantage here. Ball not down.
Hold up. Advantage 4-5.
Gonna come back and reset.
That one's going to be on Tafua for being offsides.
No try.
Just the message being delivered there. Now Canada just going to take a breather here, just set up. Will they go for the scrum? Will they go for the lineout? Yeah, they go for the scrum.
You knew that was coming, right?
I mean, look, they had done pretty well in the last couple of lineouts. They figured out how to adjust from that in the first half. But right here, I mean, 5 meters out, they're hungry for it. As referee calls for a substitution, and it looks like Hope Rogers and Frida Tafuna coming back in the nick of time, and Reese Woods will return to the bench. And actually, the twin.
Yeah, Olivia Woods, her debut, Bree.
That is huge, and massive congratulations to the Woods family. We'll see if they can get on together at some point later in the match. But big moment for Olivia.
Sure is. This front row of Canada represented by the provinces of Ontario, Manitoba, and Alberta from left to right. USA pulled it down. Quick start, restart. There's the Goody. Humphreys there makes the tackle on her. Short ball. Rogers in there battling away, laid back. Near the line, you see it's still about a half a meter shy. Now it's home and down as Canada powers its way in. They get another try in there. And they extend the lead now with another 5. It's 24-7.
And you could just feel that coming, especially off of yet another penalty.
TMO check.
Against the USA scrum, but you just hear now, it seems like they will go for a TMO check. Look for Gabby Senf right here.
Okay, Amber, I'm going to show you the player, the ball carrier is clearly off her feet before she scores a try. I'm going to put it up for you now.
It's the voice of Quentin Immelman, our TMO.
Boy, he's been busy tonight.
He has.
I'll let you know once it's on. So it's on the screen now, Amber. Let's have a look at the ball carrier.
See that left knee. Very similar to what we saw with Humphreys in the first half.
And if you go off that, you got to figure this one won't count.
There was no advantage. No, that was the previous. The previous phase was an advantage for offside. There was none for this one. So it's just no try. Yeah. No, I've got a decision. You can put me back.
Okay, Amber, we'll put you back on the screen now.
Yep.
You're back on the screen.
No try. Holding on. Or playing it on the ground.
And you heard it there. Senf, who has been unbelievable in the tackles all game. She has 14 to her name. Does not get the try. You could see that left knee just hitting the ground just like it did for Humphreys in the first half. So USA survived that one as they look to relieve some territorial pressure here.
4th situation of the night where we've gone to TMO. And none of them have resulted in points. It stays 19-7. Canada on top here with a line out coming up for the United States. Down on the floor.
Holding here.
Peyton.
Leave it 7 now. Holding. Leave it.
Peyton set. Skyward it goes. Short kick. U.S. trying to win it. Tap it back. Battle for it. United States gets in there. Their possession. Canada pleading for a call. They don't get it. Peyton works it free to Paris Redding. And now this one spills down on the floor. Canada will get this one. They get it back now.
Advantage over.
To the edge now. Dropped it right in the hands of the dangerous Asia Hogan Rochester, but a great chase down there by Erica Koulibaly. Speed on speed there. Laid on by the 10 there for Canada, Perry. They've got it outside. There it is. Dropped right in the hands. And Aurora Bowie will take it in and touch it down. She ducks down for 5 more for Canada.
They just threaded that needle so perfectly. If we take a look at that replay in just a moment, I mean, the awareness there to see where the last USA defender was. Take a look here. Perry just does a good job seeing Howard shoots up. Perfect ball to Bowie, who just takes it home from there. One of the easier runs that she'll have, not to be in the first half, but now in this one, she gets a try.
Her 3rd career cap, and she gets her 1st career try. What a moment for her. And now Gallagher trying to convert here to make it a 20-point lead. Instead, stay where it's at here.
It's just the skills and the execution to be able to get that pass out, skip multiple USA defenders. USA trying to play that high-flying defense, but when you have the numbers on the outside and the execution skills to do that, you're going to send Bowie home for a 5.
So we talked about the 9 and 10 for the United States. They're both those young ladies in college. So is this young lady playing her college rugby at the University of Ottawa. And she was, oddly enough, coached by Jack Hanratty, the U.S. coach now.
Well, I mean, she's starting for her 3rd straight match in the series. Rui's clear preference at wing despite being a new face.
Yep, says an awful lot. So Canada on top here, 24-7 in the 53rd minute.
We talked earlier about Kelter playing in a little bit of a different position, and we just saw Claire Gallagher at 15. We didn't get a chance to talk about it earlier, but she also, she plays at 10, she plays at 12, now she's at 15, and Ruiz love that. She's such a versatile back for them. She had 14 carries last week in that position. Clearly they can find strengths from the back of the park as well.
22nd career cap for her internationally. Leicester Tiger. So the USA now, Hope Rogers. DeGoody there greeting her. DeGoody trying to come up with the ball. Rogers stood up a bit. Now Menon trying to pry it out of there. Front row wreaking havoc for Canada all over the pitch, not just on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, as you saw. There's just nowhere to go for Vogel. Canada's been so good on their lines, taking channels away all night. Here they come again. Not much there, and a big heavy shot delivered as that ball was played free. Peyton again. Now Henrich back to Paris Redding. Paris Redding, good ball. Tafuna there. She is always a tough customer. Big clean out in there. And it's going to be a penalty on the U.S. for not releasing in time.
Let me move the ball under your body.
Tafuna had such a great little break there and just got isolated for that quarter of a second. You can see the support just flying in, trying to clean out Peltier. Peltier just good timing, good awareness there to be able to get that back. As we take a look here, look at this break. Great ball from Paris Redding. It's just a step back inside from Tafuna. And you can see here just gets a little bit isolated. Just that support a little too late from McLaughlin.
55th minute, Canada on the right side of the pitch again. After the kick here. Deep throw, turned over, U.S. comes up with it. Can they do anything? No, not there. That ball was in the boots of Howard, now Canada.
First one back,
They'll have possession here. Looks like the U.S. the miscue there in the handling error.
Yeah, boy, that was a tough one.
Time off, sub.
Treader had won it yet again from the back of the line out. Thought she was going to take it herself, but maybe recognized that there was no support behind her, so tried to play it out to Howard. We see replacements now coming on. Paige Thopoulos at hooker and Cass Bargel in at scrum half. Two of Boston's favorites. Also played in Colorado. Peyton had a really nice shift, as did Treader. We'll see what these two can do to lift their USA side.
Early, one.
17-point lead for Canada. See the subs off the scorebook. 2 for the United States. Canada on the attack again. Menon. She lays back. Peltier gets in there. On to Tessier. Tessier offloads. Here comes Canada again. Tonga with a tackle. Here they come. They can't stop that. Although they get him down.
Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line.
And right there is Canada once again. DeGoody
On the line.
crashes her way in there. Puts it back. U.S. comes up with another stop. Another attempt at it. Howard on the tackle. Ball still free down there. Peltier, Tessier. Tessier thought about it. She's still got control of it. Now work free. Canada near the line again. Koulibaly, another big tackle from her. Now Gallagher, she'll slide her way in between two and touch one down. Another 5 for Canada. They lead 29-7.
That was hard-earned from Canada. The Americans threw everything they could at them in that try-line defense. 6-7 phases in, finally were able to create that space. And Gallagher, who we just talked about, she's been kicking the conversions.
And with the
now
tries
she'll
all good.
get to kick
There's no
one
clear knock-on
for her
the one
try.
we spoke about now. Doesn't leave the hands forward, so nothing clear.
Voice there of Quinton Immelman, our TMO. And for Gallagher, That is 5 international tries for her in her career. And here's the lefty. Strong leg, strong boot. That one's good. It's 31-7 Canada. The U.S. has not scored here in the second half. It's been all Canada. They led 19-7 at halftime.
Yeah, and it's quite the margin now, but it didn't feel like that up until probably the last 10 minutes of the first half, where Canada really had the momentum swing back in their favor. They made the most of every opportunity. We haven't seen too much from the USA attack in quite some time. Of course, they want to get the ball back into the hands of people like Humphreys, people like Tafuna, get the go forward. So we see another substitution coming on, this time for Howard. Watafe coming in.
Hold. Her third career cap. She debuted in the opening round of the Pac-4 series against New Zealand when we started a couple of weeks ago. Out in Sacramento, California. Kick here from the United States, but Canada, they handle it nicely. That's Gallagher back there with it. Peltier calls her own number here. Ooh, she took a high shot up there. Down to the floor she went. We play on. DeGoody works it free. Player of the year on the planet last year is Sophie DeGoody, the number 8 tonight for Canada. Peltier looking left, playing left into the hands there of Brittany Castle. Deep they go. Tessier now with the kick here, forcing Kelter back. Kelter, she's under a bit of pressure, returns it. Tessier sliding to make that takedown there. Now Gallagher still with it. Gallagher tracked down by Tafuna. Senf. Canada playing with some tempo now. Well, laid back there by Seyumanatapa. Here they go. This is Gallagher again. Vogel finally wrestles her down to the floor. Now Amakwale. Peltier. Tessier, a little chest pass a la basketball there. Back she played it. Now Perry to the edge. Asia Hogan-Rochester, all she does is score twice, and she reaches and puts down another one. Her 10th career try in 15s in just 11 matches. An amazing statistic for Asia Hogan-Rochester.
Finally get the points to Hogan-Rochester's name, but this is the Canada we expected to see all series. Take a look back here first. It's just ball from Peltier to Gallagher.
You play like that, you can do whatever you want, right? I mean, 11 matches, 10 tries. Is there another player on the planet, Bree, that has that kind of percentage, honestly?
I think I'm going to be hearing that stat from you, Ben, for quite some time.
It's amazing, right? I mean, that's incredible. I mean, you're batting 900. That is just unreal stuff. Here's Gallagher now. Canada's on another level right now. That's the halfway, and down she goes. 63rd minute, all Canada. They are coming with pace, and as you said, Bree, this is what...
And then Tatosi just marching right on in, clear as day, and clear as day. You can see it here now from the other angle. USA just getting pushed back here. Tatosi gets that one, another 5 to her name.
Impressive stuff. So the United States, let's think back here, Bree. The United States scored in the 9th minute. They have not scored since. And Canada is on a 43-0 run.
That is so impressive. And look, the second half has been all Canada. USA was really strong and, you know, I think dominated the possession, was having the momentum on the attack in the first 30, 35 or so. But boy, Canada has just come back swinging, and another replacement on. Tessa Hand now for Frida Tafuna as Canada looks to exit here.
Bouncing by Vogel. Huge bounce for Canada. Ella Vogel On to the veteran, Alev Kelter. Kelter drags Perry, gets 3 or 4 more meters. Kaspar Gel now running as the scrum half. Canada's substituting some players. Kiki Idowu, she's now in at the hooker, wearing 16, replacing Emily Tutosi, the hooker spot. All mishandled. USA has not done much at all in terms of passages here in the second half. Look out, here comes Canada again. That's Bowie. Big clean out in there, battle for it. USA faithful in Chicago liking the effort there. Daryl Searcy with a carry. She flings it back, down on the floor, gathered in. The United States just falling on it to protect it there. Kaspar Gel. Paris Redding. 17 carries a week ago. Not nearly the factor she was last week in the victory over Australia. Canada comes up, another turnover ball for them. It was in the hands there of Rachel Smith. Canada driving on again here, looking to get a 50 spot on the board. Perry. Here's Gallagher now. Gallagher, Tessier, Hogan Rochester looked up high there. Maybe she lays back. No call. Canada just on another level right now, Bree.
Just riding this wave. They can feel that high, and they're just playing with all the confidence in the world right now. USA needs to get a big stop to get any momentum back in their favor.
Right between the posts now. Third cap for Kiki Idowu. Advantage here for Canada. Tessier, there's Gallagher, another easy walk in and dots it down. Took a shot to the back of her head though. And she'll get some help from her teammate there, Asia Hogan Rochester, but Canada has just blown this match wide open, 48-7 on the second of the half for Gallagher.
She's been looking to get that 50 mark, but take a look now, just consistently getting that go forward, and that's how they're able to open up the space outside. And Vogel's foot just caught the end there, and you can see Hope Rogers also down on the ground there, still down on the field. Concern for the U.S. But Gallagher here, and Vogel just trying to hop right over, but gets Gallagher's head along the way.
You're okay with that? Touch for one or?
69th minute. Canada has scored the last 48 points in this match. Looking for a 50-piece here if they can convert this try. Hope Rogers, veteran leader of this forward pack for the United States. She scored the only U.S. try here tonight. Bleeding has to come off. Anna Unash. Janie Klempers, the trainers for the U.S.
Come back on, we'll reset it.
Time is back on here as we approach the final 11 minutes in this match, and Gallagher, another beautiful kick by the lefty. A 50-piece for Canada here tonight, and there's a lot of time left.
Very interesting stat. We talked at halftime about how the possession was overwhelmingly in the USA's favor. Now that's about dead even, but in just the last 10 minutes, Canada has had 83% of the possession. That is huge. USA now looking to turn over this kickoff, get that ball back. We see a couple more replacements coming on. Now it will be the Woods twins playing together at the same time in the USA jersey.
Ina Bailey, number 19, also in for the U.S., but the United States, somebody's got to find a way to stop Canada right now. They are just moving and doing whatever they want. That helps the United States' cause for the time being.
Bailey coming right on, getting that first win. That's what you got to do, and now You can see the discussions with Stathopoulos and Tafuo about how they're going to execute this next line out.
Final 10 minutes here in the match. A 50-0 run for Canada. Their opening try in the match came in the 20th from Sophie de Goody. Daniels is now in. Chloe Daniels in for Gallagher. There's the United States now. Bargel at the back. Canada, a little hand fighting going on there. Bargel gets it free. Henrich. He's greeted and dropped there at the 5-meter line. U.S. trying to get something going here on this passage. Looking for their first points in this second half. They back Bargel there. She's under immediate pressure. Advantage for the United States here. Stopped again on that carry attempt from Bailey. Humphreys. 2 tries, they thought, for Han Humphreys in the first half. Both the TMO, both did not go the way of the USA Eagles. Canada trying to hang up here and hold on, keep the U.S. off the board here in the second half. There's Kelter. Big shot there from Alex Tessier. Canada just grinding away in there.
On the line.
U.S. can't get home. Kelter runs over the defender in there, but held up, and it was advantage being played nevertheless for the U.S.
They're going to look to try to play quick now in the hands of Vogel, and
number 21 offside, never back.
You can hear it very clear, that one against Lizzie Gibson.
Had the advantage. Are we tapping? Okay. Clearly behind.
Pass Bargel.
It's not an incorrect tap, she just hasn't. You have to tap the ball.
You can see just the sneaky little tactics, but didn't get
there we
the
are.
tap on the foot, so they will try to go again now.
Bargel taps it, plays it on to her right into the hands of Reese Woods. Bargel to it, spins it high. Henrich, good Sarah, gets one home and down. She touches down for the 5 for the United States here in the 73rd minute.
And you can see what it means to the players, to the fans. Henrich, huge celebrations on her face. Massive for the United States. They take advantage of it, and it all started from this lineout. Perfectly executed from Stathopoulos to Tafuo. And a really nice maul from the U.S. That's what set it up in the beginning. And while that kick doesn't go through, take a look now at the try. Initially went up into Henrich's fingertips. She jumped up for that one, but talk about the celebrations. Instantly swarmed by her Eagles teammates, just snatched it out of thin air and got that one down for her side. And first one there, Hallie Tafuo, quickly swarmed by the rest.
Second try in as many matches for the native of Buffalo, New York. Played the World Cup last year. Her mom, longtime rugby coach in Buffalo. Emily played for mom 4 New York State high school championships in her playing days. Ashlyn Smith has checked in for the Canadian side for Royer. 4th cap for Smith in her young career with Rugby Canada. 5.5 to play in the match. All Canada, but the U.S. getting that try to get themselves something on the offensive side here in the second half. Canada trying to steal that ball away in the breakdown, and they're going to come up with it. The United States knocked it on. Another handling error from the Americans.
You can see Paris Redding pleading their case there. McLaughlin not going to reward that.
Right. Substitution, 10 blue. Number 10, sub.
Sounds like Vogel is coming out, Bella Vogel, for the United States.
He's working on staying straight for me.
There's a replacement break.
Keeping our gap.
Kristen Bitter now coming on. Dartmouth product, plays at Leicester. Good shift from the young number 10. Has been one of the very exciting storylines coming out of the USA. Much more stable scrum there. Peltier now going back on the weak side.
Down on the floor, played on the hop by Canada. Big shot delivered there on the ball carrier. Massive shot still in the hands of Canada. Macaulay, she's taken down there by Watafe. Ashlyn Smith, she had that carry, 19. Brooke Rempel, first year with Canada, her second cap, number 19. Mishandled, comes into the hands of Henrich.
No advantage,
US will have it.
Taking advantage of the mishandle there is Henrich, the recent try scorer. Liking the electricity that I've seen coming in from the finishers on both sides. As we get set up, Hallie Tafuo right there on your screen. She never gets the praise on camera because she's always doing the hard work off the ball and in the breakdown. But let's talk about her for a second. She had an amazing story last week. Coming off of the high, beating Australia. She had hard-earned, well-earned celebrations with her teammates right afterwards. Her girlfriend, Rachel Johnson, who was also a USA Eagle, retired last year after the World Cup, was up in the stands, and Hallie told me, you know, I just was going to decide to propose when it felt right. And after walking off the pitch, she said it felt right. She went up to her best friend who had held on to the ring all day. She got the ring, and then she said she was full panic, full of nerves, didn't know what to do, got a few pep talks from her friends, from her teammates, and then she worked up the courage and went over to Rachel and proposed right there. Rachel was completely surprised, but huge congratulations to them both. Rachel has had an immense legacy on the Eagles. So many of the players on the field right now miss her, but what a wonderful story. Congrats to the happy couple.
Indeed. Tafoe made her debut against Canada November of 2021. Penalty on the United States here as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in this match, and Canada on top 50-12 on their way to a 12th consecutive win over the United States. The heater will continue. Canada will go to work here with a lot of reserves in, getting some valuable time. Late stages of this match for head coach Kevin Rouet. Want to say thanks to Kevin, certainly to Jack Hanratty as well, and all the coaches that we had the pleasure to deal with, Bree, the last 3 weeks, for their time, for the players and their time. They're special people, and we appreciate what they did to help us on our broadcast here of the Pac-4 series in the United States the last 3 weeks. Kiki Adowu under her right arm, the Toronto product. She scored in this series. First career try for her.
Holding your blue.
After that match against Australia, the opener for Canada.
Thank you. Leave it wide, leave it wide.
It's a win for the U.S. They're going to stop not rolling around Canada.
A good win in the breakdown there, just trapping the bodies in, creating that picture that they want the referee to see as Kelter quickly exits there. Looking to see if they can hold on to it for the last 2 minutes. Can they hold on to it for the last 90 here? Can they get down to the attacking half?
Here they go from it.
White.
Carry there from Kristen Bitter. Work back down to Kelter to the edge. Perfect pass played out there. Good offload. Back to Kelter. Left Kelter. Michelle quickly in there. Big collision there. Double tackle for Canada there on the ball carrier, Bailey. Final 45 seconds here in the match. U.S. trying to do something here as Brissett on that last passage. In all likelihood for them here in the match. Bailey, back it went. Now Bitter. Wrestled down to Goody going the distance here tonight. As Kevin Ruiz had to manage those minutes you mentioned earlier. The injury, ball flipped to the outside. Monetonga gains halfway. These are some of the moments for players, Bree, when you're down big in any game, any match. Coaches might watch this even more closely. Make sure that effort and that consistency in what you're doing is still there.
100%. I mean, you see Watafe right now doing that. But on the other side, Canada just denying them. Dowu is someone on that side who has been immense coming off of the bench throughout this series. Gibson as well. Just exactly like you said, Ben, and Tessier now looking to just finish it off here.
Into the seats, about 10 rows deep. And Canada, for the 12th consecutive time, has defeated the United States. They do it on this night at SeatGeek Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. And they win this match going away 50-12. And we'll talk with their captain right there, Alex Tessier, in a little bit. We'll also talk with a player from the U.S. side as well. In all likelihood, their captain, Erica Gerald Searcy. But what a night, what a shift from Canada, Bree.
Yeah, I mean, scoreline aside, I think Canada will be very pleased that they were finally able